I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a first for me. It's my first ever beer from the Allagash Brewing in Portland, Maine. It's a bottle of their Black, which is a Belgian Style Stout, 7.5% ABV, cork and cage. This was brought back to, for me by a friend maybe about 6 months ago, maybe longer. So I got a bit nervous because I just looked on their website to get some details, and it said drink within a year, best within a year. So let's get it in a glass. Hopefully it's not going to be too mental and lively. Whoa! No. Quite a lively pop. Oh, excuse me. Lively pop, but not too aggressive. Pouring relatively kind of thin looking. But in the glass, as it kind of, as there's more there, it does look a lot darker. So, the beer in the glass, not full on black, it is a bit more like a really dark mahogany. It has got a red hue to it actually. The head quite fizzy, dissipating quite quickly. Kind of beige, kind of slightly kind of milky coffee looking. So let's have a sniff. Interesting. That just reminds me actually, that specific aroma really reminds me. So it says on the website, it's Belgian style stout brewed with 2-row barley, which I think is German in there from other things I've read. So is it Wyman's? Yeah, Wyman's. Torrefied wheat, oats, both roasted and chocolate malt, a generous portion of dark caramelised candy sugar. Blah de blah de blah de blah. Yes. It says it's year-round, but ideal within a year. So it might be a little bit old, but I think this kind of beer, 7.5 Belgian style, and I think it's actually bottled, re-fermented in the bottle with champagne yeast. I might not be 100% on that, but don't hold me to that. Anyway, but the reason why I said that is because I certainly get a hint of that certain kind of astringency you get from oats. There's definitely lots of chocolate malt. Personally, I don't think chocolate malt smells that much like chocolate. It smells like chocolate malt. It's kind of like a really dark brown bread. There is a real heavy kind of peanut brittle, kind of maybe a hint of kind of hazelnut praline in there, so kind of toffee and nuts. And yeah, and Bovril, a bit of kind of beefy stock. Fascinating smelling drink. It has got a chocolatey smell, but for me, with like a hazelnut edge. Put quite a lot in this glass, so it's not that easy to swirl. I think I've got a good one there going. Yeah, a hint of kind of the burnt edge of tar. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's got this kind of, I don't know if I'm getting loads from what the champagne yeast or the Belgian style is adding. It's a lighter stout than like an American stout. Anyway, a lovely smelling beer. Let's dig in. Cheers. Yeah, not a bad amount of mouthfeel. You mean it's got oats in there, so that should be adding a bit of body. 7.5, so it's not massive, so you're not going to get this thick kind of motor oil style stout. So it's quite nice and soft, but not velvety and kind of smooth. The carbonation is there. It's not over the top, but I think it works perfectly. As for flavours, I get a lot of really kind of heavy dark chocolate, like 80% cocoa. It's got a real kind of bitter astringency nearly, with like a really hard edge, which is like burnt toast, like proper charcoal toast, like that, like charcoal, like a carbony kind of quality. Currants, yeah. There is a bit of, there's an oaky quality which has got that kind of slightly coconut edge, but definitely nutty, very nutty. But yeah, hazelnuts once again, maybe walnuts as well. there's a general kind of upsurgence of bitter flavouring, which is probably from something like roasted barley. At the end, I think I do get some hops actually, and then a lot of really lovely dark caramel. Yeah, kind of like bonfire toffee, that kind of thing, but a really kind of soft, luxurious flavour. I guess the body could have done with being a bit fuller, but that's probably an attribute of the yeast. If they're using a Belgian yeast strain, which I presume they are, which of their house yeast strain, I presume, if it's kicked up in the bottle fermentation with a bit of champagne yeast, that is probably giving it a bit of sparkle. This might be on the edge of its kind of perfect drinking date, but for me, I think that's fine. I wouldn't want it kind of like fizzy in my mouth. I've got a bottle of Brooklyn Black Ops, and I think that's re-fermented in the bottle with champagne yeast, so I've got a feel that that's going to be a bit fizzy and underwhelming, but this isn't. This is a really, really nice beer. It's probably, I've had a few. There's the one, the Hercule Stout, the Dollar, and also, who was the other one? The Australian brewery called Murray's did a Belgian Style Imperial Stout, and it's got a similarity to that, but I think the fullness of the flavour on this is perfect. It's got a lovely chocolatey flavour, really nice. My first experience with Allagash, very nice. I hope one day I'll get to try some more Allagash beer, but I do love the branding. It looks fantastic, very minimal, nice kind of matte paper, just beautifully presented, and a really, really tasty beer that has not disappointed one little bit. So yeah, it's just one of those beers that I've hung on to for a while. We're just downstairs watching a film, and I thought, I don't want something too strong, but I want something tasty, and this is just going to fit the bill. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.